Oh, hello everybody, and hi to Kelly Ford. Yeah, I'm sure the football and sports ball games are about as rigged as um, things we do on a certain day. Trying not to get YouTube to already kind of sit there and go, "Oh, he's one of those channels." So I will refrain from certain words like that. But tonight actually is all about procrastination, something I unfortunately know a little too much about. And I'm hoping that maybe tonight we could look over a little bit on the subject and see if we could find some origins for the behavior and maybe some ways that we can overcome it. Be less procrastinating, less sitting on our asses doing absolutely nothing. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring up this first article. I need to get that chat off. There we go. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Hope you stick around for the long haul. All right. If that is too small and you guys would like me to, let's see, let's just try to, there we go. That's probably a lot better, a lot more pleasing for you guys. So, I'm going to consult here with Very Well Mind and take a look at what are the causes. So remember that time that you thought you had a week to finish a project that was actually really due the next day? Yeah, I was terrible about that in school. Too many long nights doing homework and doing projects that should have been done in a couple weeks within less than a few hours at night. How about the time you decided not to clean up your apartment because you didn't feel like doing it right now? Yeah, yeah, I'm guilty of that too. We often assume that projects won't take as long as they finish as they really will, which can lead to a false sense of security when we believe that we still have plenty of time to complete tasks. Again, guilty. All right. One of the biggest factors contributing to procrastination is the notion that we have to feel inspired or motivated to work on a particular task in or a particular moment. Yeah, that could help. It's not everything, but it most certainly can help. All right, let's go down here, try to get into the nuts and bolts about why it happens. So, researchers suggest that procrastination can be particularly pronounced among students. Go figure. An estimated 75% of students procrastinate regularly, and around half of these students feel that this behavior is a persistent problem. Well, yeah, I could agree to that. According to researchers, some major cognitive distortions lead to academic procrastination. Students tend to overestimate how much time they have left to perform tasks, overestimate how motivated they will be in the future, underestimate how long certain activities will take to complete, and mistakenly assume that they need to be in the right frame of mind to work on a project. All right, looks like it's going to go into some of the other factors here. Present bias. The present bias is a phenomenon observed in human behavior that may result in procrastination. The present bias means that we tend to be more motivated. Can I get that to go away? Here we go. You're distracting. The present bias means that we tend to be motivated more by immediate gratification or rewards than we are by long term rewards. And this is why it feels good in the moment to procrastinate. Yeah, I can see that. For example, the immediate reward of staying in bed and watching TV is more appealing than the long term rewarding of publishing a blog post. I think somebody's inserting themselves here a little bit, which would take much longer to accomplish. All right, so we'll go into here. Depression. Procrastination can also be the result of depression, feelings of hopelessness, helplessness, and lack of energy. can make it difficult to start and finish a simple task. Depression can lead to self doubt when you can't figure out how to tackle a project or feel insecure about your abilities. You might find it easier to put it off. Um, OCD, or obsessive compulsive disorder. Procrastination is also pretty common in people with obsessive compulsive disorder. One reason is that OCD is often linked with maladaptive perfectionism, which causes fears about making new mistakes, doubts about whether you're doing something correctly, and worrying over expectations. Sounds more like anxiety than OCD, but maybe OCD is an anxiety um, behavioral disorder as well. All right, ADHD. Many adults with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder struggle with procrastination. When you're so distracted by outside stimuli as well as internal thoughts, it can be hard to get started on a task, especially if that task is difficult or not interesting to you. All right, why do we procrastinate? We often come up with several excuses or rationalizations to justify our behavior. The following are just a few of the reasons, okay, why we tend not knowing what needs to be done. All right, I can see that. Not knowing how to do something, not wanting to do something. That's a flaw of mine. Not caring if it gets done or not. Yeah, not caring if something gets done, not feeling in the mood to do it, being in the habit of waiting until the last minute. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. Believing that you work better under pressure. Uh, you want to test that out? You're more than welcome to try. Lacking the initiative to get started. All right. Forgetting. That's always plausible. The older we get, the more likely we are to forget things. Okay. Blaming sickness or poor health. Waiting for the right moment. I'm guilty of that one sometimes, but usually if something like I get afflicted with gout every once in a while, and that will make me kind of incapable of doing many things. So I wouldn't exactly call that procrastination, just I don't want to be in pain any longer. So I'm not doing activities that I should be doing. Blaming sickness up for health. Well, look what I just did there. Waiting for the right moment, needing time to think about a task, and delaying a task in favor of working on another. Yeah, I've done that too. All right. And that's about all I want to cover for this article. I'll go ahead, bring that off screen. And then I'm going to get the next one set up. And while I get that set up, we are going to go through some of your comments. John, welcome. Showing support for the host of the show. I appreciate that. Charles Darwin, good to see you, man. Oh, the beach. Oh, that must have been something out there. Yeah. Greetings for Charles. Sometimes I don't want to do anything, but I do it anyways so that I don't have to deal with it. Yes, that's always a good thing. Just take care of it because you just don't want to deal with it any longer or have it lingering over your head. You know who else is procrastinating? Phil. What, is he not streaming this weekend? All right, Charles, gotta admit, I tend to underestimate how long tasks take to complete. Yep, especially if you require other people to complete said task. Oh, that's gotta be terrible when you have other people along with it because it's not just you who's working on it and not just you who you can blame. You got other people who might be failing, and then you got to clean up or pick up the slack, and that's just terrible. Terrible. All right. No idea how that leads to depression, but oh my, that's good to know. Do my own tasks just I got to plan a day that I could do it because it needs to be done. Yeah, that's why I like the weekends to take care of specific tasks. Like things, was it getting your laundry done and all put away so that you're not sifting through the dryer to find clothes in the morning? You just put it away in the dresser and you just get up in the morning, open your dresser, and oh, it's right there. I know that I have a deep understanding of procrastinate. Maybe you do. I need to think about this more, but I'll probably forget. Yeah, not wrong. Same. All right. He's working all week, so oh yeah. So he's probably on a project right now. He does work that kind of requires like once you start a project, you're finishing it from the start. So yeah, I could get why. Um, he's probably going to be offline for a little while. Hopefully not too long though. All right, that was the last chat. Go ahead and bring up overcoming procrastination. Let me zoom in a little bit. I may not be able to zoom in as much as I was able to the last one because this article is longer paragraphs. All right. Overcoming procrastination. Identify your daily goals. This is not bad. In the Army, I used to have what we called is a record book. It's a little green hardcover book, and we would use it to write our notes in. I would do it to write out my tasks for the day that I knew I was coming up or due to be done that day, and just use it as a way to have a checklist, complete task by task. If we couldn't complete it, I could write into the notes and say why it wasn't completed. Because when the sergeant comes up and says, "Why didn't you do this? Why is it not finished?" Instead of going, I don't know, Sergeant, you could just open your book up and go, "Oh yeah, couldn't wasn't able to do it because materials required were not delivered on time, and their ETA is 2 days away or something like that." All right, identify your daily goals. In order to stop delaying important tasks, you have to identify those tasks in the first place. This might sound like a redundant point, but hear me out. If you start the day by identifying all the things you have to complete within the day, you will hold yourself more accountable. Okay, yeah, compared to when you just identify them as you go. It's typically how I do things. It ain't the greatest. Every morning, make a list of goals that you want to accomplish on a piece of paper, notebook, or notes, or a notes app. I use that for a lot of things, like especially shopping list or list of topics for the show. All right, and tick them off as you go. Yeah, set specific goals. Identifying your daily goals isn't enough to overcome procrastination. Your goals must be specific. Instead of saying, I aim to finish reading for my art history class, say, I aim to finish 3 chapters of my history reading. Okay. So maybe instead of being broad and you're setting your goals, set maybe narrower, specific goals that are achievable. As you can see in the next section, we're going to go over by like what's achievable or realistic goals. Instead of saying, I aim to study for my calculus test, say, I aim to finish 3 problem sets. Replace vague goals with measurable ones by setting a duration of time you want to work towards a project or deciding exactly what test material you want to study for. The specific goals in the beginning of your day so that when you begin, you know exactly what to do, how long to do it. I should probably start doing that a little bit more often. I know some people, we used to have in the Army, we called it a training schedule. which outlined exactly what you're doing for whatever period of time. And it's written out for the entire duty day. Maybe we should start setting up things like that for ourselves. All right, set realistic goals. Another way we tend to procrastinate is by setting ourselves up for failure by creating unrealistic goals. By deciding to do more than you are able to in a day, you inevitably disappoint or demotivate yourself. Yeah, I could see that. A big part of overcoming procrastination is setting realistic goals instead of beating yourself up. Not being able to read 100 pages in a day and then not reading it all. Decide to read 50 pages a day. Setting realistic goals will keep you motivated and continue ticking things off of your list at a speed that is much more comfortable and productive for you. Here, when you are changing your internal dialogue from I can't do this, but I have to I can do this and I chose to. Okay, a little internal mm, mind trickery going on there. Include easy tasks. Along the same vein of setting up yourself for success, remember to include easy tasks on your daily to do list. Just because a task is easy doesn't mean that it doesn't take up time or that it isn't important. This serves as a reminder that there are tasks that you are completely capable of doing to give you energy for the harder tasks. Whether that task is doing laundry, drinking 8 glasses of water a day, going for a walk, or calling a friend. Make sure that you are reminding yourself of these things you are capable of to help, excuse me, to help you through things you doubt yourself about. All right. I gotta check out something real quick. Chaos is wanting me to play 7 Days to Die. Kind of doing that, or kind of hard to do that while I'm doing his live stream at the moment. Maybe I'll do that later. All right. Let him know. Find your productive flow. When you do sit down to do those harder tasks, make sure it is in a space where you feel more productive. Procrastination becomes easier when you have snacks around or you are in bed than if you were at a desk or on a bench outdoors. Whatever your ideal environment, location, and time of day, find it and use it to your advantage for your daily tasks. Include accountability. Getting started is always hard. If you have been having issues of procrastination for a while, starting out your journey to productivity can be challenging. It may feel easy to slip into old habits without realizing, and this is why it is important to creative accountability. This is why it is important to creative. Please tell me I'm not the only one who's reading that and going, what the fuck? Ask your study consultant, friend, or family member to check up on you at the end of the day or the week to see how you are doing in terms of overcoming your procrastination. A good way to create accountability is by giving them a list of things that you hope to complete at the end of the day, week, and asking them to replay them back to you at the end so that you are more motivated to complete them. All right. Yeah, I can see that. I can see how that could work. Um, Instead of maybe just like accountability, you could tie rewards to getting your tasks done. Kind of like how our parents used to do to us. Hey, get your chores done. You might get an allowance this week. Just maybe. The most important thing to remember is that it's okay and inevitable that you will procrastinate. It is impossible to be fully charged and 100% focused throughout your day. Oh, shit, right? So don't beat yourself up if you find yourself falling behind. Schedule rest hours and socializing hours through your day and be kind to yourself when you aren't feeling as productive as you hoped. Just remember to take that task into account the next day and finish at first, and don't fall into old habits. All right. That is it for that one. Take a look at some of your comments here before we get the next one set up. I've got to do a couple things here in the background, specifically to get the last article up. This stream might actually go a lot faster than I thought it would. All right, comment time. Christmas is coming, so I'm getting as many work nights in because during the day people rack my nerves. Yeah, I don't like fit people very much either. That's why the internet is nice to me. I still carry a notebook from Charles. Yep, it's always good to have that around because you don't have your phone all the time, but you might have your little notebook. Right. Oh, that one's a little out of order because one of them just popped up. If you only do one thing a day, it's better than doing nothing. Not wrong, Charles. All right, Kelly Ford. I use sticky notes. I do too. And since all school kids have a 3-day weekend, at the end of the week, I'm doomed. Oh, do they? I wonder if it's like that for ours as well. I'd have to look back at our school calendar. There we go. Yeah, we already saw that. All right. This is a fun stream, so y'all better like, sub, like, and share. You know, I'm not going to tell you to. I'm not going to demand you do it. But if you do it, I will appreciate it. It'll be very nice because we like to get good messages out there. Kind of not the same old doom and gloom that we've seen from other channels. Let's find a way to improve our lives. And hopefully with the content that I'm producing, we'll be able to do that a lot better. All right, from Kelly again. I write everything down on a sticky note and my phone stays in the pocket. Yep. Already done? Thanks, Charles. Appreciate it. So I do need to take a piss break. So I'll go ahead. Let's see. What do we got for pee break videos? We don't have way too much. We need to find some more. So for now, we'll use the tried and true Owlcat pee break video.
Everyone here is the best there is. Who the hell are they going to get to teach us?
You two characters are going to Top Gun.
With all due respect, sir, I'm not a teacher. Just want to manage expectations.
Absolutely still. This vision is based on movement.
All right, I can see some of you guys there in the chat like this. Let me see. Let's get to these chats here. Hey, Chrome Dome. Thanks for making it over here. Yeah, if you like and sub, Sean promises you some brain food. I'll try. I do try. Well, about as much as I can. You know, this is a procrastination stream. Of course, we're not going to do all of it. All right. How's Kelly, Sean, and to us all? All right. Looks just like my cat. Yeah, I actually got a black cat too. We call her Commie Cat because she's, well, a bit of a communist. And we make fun of it all the damn time. It's hilarious. This is hilarious. Yeah. Well, that's from Owl Kitty. OWLKITTY. Go check them out. They make some really good stuff. The channel guy's an editor who just does that kind of stuff for fun. And now they got a pretty big channel now. I forget how big it is. Phil, write stuff down so we won't forget what crazy crap I say on the stream. Yeah, I know. You get close to being put in the corner quite a bit. I screwed myself with the. Dear God, Callie. Sean as a cat. Whoa. No, I'm not the cat. The cat's his own character. Ah, you opened up the wet canned food. Yeah, this is funny. Wet food. Oh, dear God. Chat, don't antagonize her or don't encourage her. More Owl Kitty. Well, that is a much longer video than what I showed, so maybe one of these days I'll show the whole thing. We set it up to be like 3 minutes just in case. Pee break videos typically about 1:30 to 2 minutes. Yep, Owl Kitty is very funny at times. Owl Kitty for president. You know, it can't be any worse than what we have. So I've never seen it before. All it is just Owl Kitty clips that I just put together. You do try, and you do well, in my opinion. Well, thank you, Chrome. I appreciate the vote of confidence. Makes me want to keep on doing some more of these. Can Owl Kitty swing by Phil and sit on his car? Oh no, I get the feeling he'd hate it. Doing fantastic. Appreciate that, Callie. Go to the corners. Phil respond to me when I won't do as he says. You're not wrong. Procrastination. Yeah. No, don't encourage her. Don't encourage her, chat. Oh, dear God. Encourage her without Owl Kitty. I see what you're doing there. No, none of that, please. Callie, you are the farthest from innocent. I see what you type in all the other streams. You are no innocent person. No. All right. Let's bring up the final article for tonight. Let's go ahead and zoom in on that to make it a little bit more pleasing to look at. You guys could read along with me. Procrastination. Everyone puts things off sometimes. But procrastinators chronically avoid difficult tasks and may look for distractions. Procrastination tends to reflect a person's struggle with self control. I can believe that. For habitual procrastinators, who represent approximately 20% of the population, I don't feel like it comes to take precedent over their goals or responsibilities and can set them up for a downward spiral of negative emotions that further deter future effort. Yes, I've been down that little rabbit hole way too many times. Procrastination also involves a degree of self-deception. At some level, procrastinators are aware of their actions and consequences, but changing these habits requires even greater effort than completing the task in front of them. So go to understanding here. Procrastinators are often perfectionists. They talked about that, I believe, in the first article a little bit. For whom it may be psychologically more acceptable never to tackle a job than to face the possibility of not doing it well. They may be so highly concerned about what others will think of them that they put their futures at risk to avoid judgment. You would think that if you're trying to avoid judgment, you wouldn't procrastinate on the thing, but yeah, I guess it's not exactly the easiest thing to overcome. Some procrastinators contend that they perform better under pressure. Saw that in a previous article. It's more of an excuse rather than a bonus. Being able to perform under pressure means to me, look, we got this task right here, right now. We got to do it, and we got to do it fast. It's got to be done to a good standard. Not I've been putting this project off for 3 weeks and now it's due tomorrow or due in an hour. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I've got to go take care of this. All right, trying to figure out where I left off at. Under pressure, but they may be able to convince themselves of that. Research shows it is generally not the case. Shocker. Instead, they make a habit of last minute work to experience a rush of euphoria at seemingly overcoming the odds. So you're willingly putting life on hard mode? Life's already on hard mode. You don't need to increase it to impossible um, or what is it? Uh, no, mommy, don't do it again. Don't hit me again. I'll be a good boy, like from Disturbed. All right. Why do I procrastinate? Because I like doing things that are fun. No. Procrastination is driven by a variety of thoughts, habits that fundamentally we avoid tasks or put them off because we do not believe we'll enjoy doing them. Who enjoys cleaning? Please tell me. Might just marry you. And they want to avoid making ourselves unhappy or the fear that we won't do them well. People may also procrastinate when they are confused about the complexity of a task, such as filling one's taxes. That is so much better to just hire somebody to do it. I know I'm one of those that likes to do as much as possible on my own, but even when you do everything on your own, you have absolutely zero time for anything else. Or when they're overly distracted or fatigued. Yeah, being fatigued will not help you much. What are the psychological roots of procrastination? Psychs have identified various drivers of procrastination from low self confidence, anxiety, a lack of structure, and simply an inability to motivate oneself to complete the unpleasant tasks. Research has also shown that procrastination is closely linked to rumination or becoming fixated on negative thoughts. Yeah, don't get fixated on negative thoughts. Never do that, especially for those of us who kind of live on the internet. You got to take it with a grain of salt that it's worth. All right, does procrastination serve any purpose? That's why I wanted to select this article because this I thought was a very interesting question to ask. Procrastination is a self defeating behavior pattern. I like how they put that. It is self defeating, but it can be seen as serving a psychological purpose, especially for people with perfectionist tendencies. By protecting the individual against fear of failure, judgment by others, and self condemnation. Yeah, if you're like me, I am my own worst critic. And even when I get my ass chewed out by sergeants, officers in the military from the time to time, I was far more um, harder on myself than they ever were. Avoiding unpleasant work by devoting energy to other tasks like organizing and cleaning also helps procrastinators feeling unproductive. Also, they will have to pay for the price later. Yeah, nobody likes a dirty house to live in. 1 second. All right, I had a cough a loogie out, and I'm pretty sure you guys did not want to hear that. All right. There we go. Some consequences of procrastination. Procrastination may relieve pressure in the moment, but it can have a steep emotional, physical, and practical cost. Students who routinely procrastinate tend to get lower grades. Shocker. Workers who procrastinate and produce low quality work, and in general, habitual procrastinators can experience reduced well being in the form of insomnia or immune system or gastrointestinal disturbances. It probably has to do more with stress because stress will do that. You get too much cortisol running through you. Yes, you'll never sleep, you will get sick, and your tummy will hurt. Procrastination can also jeopardize both personal and professional relationships. Agreed on that one. All right. Is procrastination bad for my health? I would assume so. Procrastinating when it comes to one's health, putting off exercise, checkups. Okay. The checkups part, I mean, most dudes will not go to the doctor unless whatever that they've done to deal with the issue is not working. And I think that's totally fine. There is no reason to go to the doctor if you know you're experiencing a cold. All right, you don't need to go to the doc. I'm not giving out medical advice either, by the way. None of this is medical advice. Let's get that disclaimer out there for YouTube so we don't get a medical misinformation hit. Trying to avoid that as long as possible. But yeah, I don't see the need to go to the doctor all the time, especially when you can just take care of it by yourself. You got a bug, up your zinc, potassium, vitamin C. Hopefully that helps you uh, go through it naturally with some supplements to help you out. You got an injury, like like anybody who's been athletic, you get injured, you understand what happened, and if it's not bad enough that you don't think you need a doc, just wrap it up and rest it. No need to spend hundreds of dollars. Even if you got insurance. If you got insurance, it could be like 50 to $100 or $200 depending on your plan. Um, but luckily for me, I'm a combat vet with a little bit of disability, so I have the VA system to deal with that, and that makes me so much more unmotivated to never go see the doctor. Waffling on. All right. Failing to commit to healthy eating. Yes, yes, yes. One of these days I'll have to get a stream about healthier eating. Again, we're not medical professionals, but the medical professionals that we dealt with the last several years, people who were supposedly and allegedly, verifiably, can't do no wrong. Yeah, we kind of saw how that fell apart real quick. Can lead to higher risks of hypertension and cardiovascular disease. Yeah, my mother passed that on to me, so I already got that. Procrastinators are also more likely to engage in self blame and disengage from wellness advice. Did I just talk myself into a foreshadowing event? I seem to be doing that today. Suggesting that cultivating greater self compassion could help, such as individuals taking better care of themselves. Is there a link between procrastination and depression? Procrastination, avoidance, and rumination, that fancy word for dwelling on negative feelings that I learned today, and hopefully you guys did too, are all common symptoms of depression. People with depression may struggle to plan ahead, lose confidence in their ability to follow through, and adopt the what's the point thinking. Yeah. We know some doom and gloomers who are like that, and it annoys the ever loving shit out of me. Like, what's the point? Are you breathing? Maybe the point is to continue breathing. You might be going through some bad times right now. Everybody's going through some bad times right now. So, yeah, if you're going to have the what's the point mentality, I don't know what you need to do to change that, but please change it. The treatment approach known as behavioral activation, in which one schedules enjoyable activities that provides a sense of mastery or accomplishment, may help alleviate some of these effects. Okay, so like make your to-do list. You knock stuff off your list, and then maybe you got that free time. You figured it all out, or you completed all the objectives, and now you got some free time. A lot more than you expected to have. That could be your reward for taking care of shit and getting things done. All right. How to beat it. All right, we will go into that. How can I stop procrastinating? I get the feeling we're going to hear some repeats of the previous articles. Studies on the procrastination at work scale, which identifies 12 common forms of workplace or procrastination, have highlighted some potential solutions, such as adopting timelines that build in time for delay. Very fair. Some tasks you have to be prepared for a delay or expect a delay and not to lose your shit over it. But not too much of a delay to expect. All right, fair enough. Making personal challenge out of mundane tasks, i.e., breaking large jobs into achievable chunks. Okay, yeah. Was it like on a computer when you expand a folder? Imagine the folder is the task, and then you break it down or you expand it, and now you got the subfolders, which are the individual tasks in order to complete the task in whole. Celebrate completing that and limiting your access to online news and social media. Yeah, that addiction is way too prevalent. Yes, I see it. How can I stop procrastination? I'll read it tomorrow. Exactly what a procrastinator would do. All right. When people procrastinate, their present self benefits by avoiding unpleasant work, but their future self pays the price in stress or punishment. That's fair. Developing empathy for one's future self, as one would for a close friend, then can be be an important first step to ending the habit because we're less willing to put a good friend in such a disadvantaged position. I think that was it. Uh, we are at the 50-minute mark. So I think what we will do is we have been seeing a repeat of things in our articles. So I'm going to stop sharing this one. And I'm going to go through your chats before we finish the end of the night. Let me see. Where did we start off? No, Callie, you are not. We already talked about this. Yes, please encourage me because Phil ain't here. Oh, no. Callie, innocent? Shocked. Shocked, I say. All right, Dome. Let's see. I didn't do anything, and Phil ain't here to carry me into the quarter, so I'll keep my comments here. I appreciate that because the comments do kind of play a part in YouTube's little thing about their algorithm. If you got nasty or naughty comments, you're not going to get pushed up as high. But we're not trying to min max this altogether either. All right. Yeah, I noticed that Phil, he's a perfectionist. Do you mean perfectionist? And if it's not perfect, all hell will break loose. I could be like that. I know that feeling a little too well. Usually it's in video games where I will want to have things just perfectly done because I will be extremely meticulous about the methods I'm going about on things. And then something goes wrong. Hey, Commie Cat, no thank you. No scratches. All right. All right. Charles. Oh, God. Hold on. I got to check something. I got a note from Tommy D and Gilded. Jeebus, this is painful. I don't know if he's referring to me. Oh, no, he's not referring to me. He's referred to something else. I thought he was about to give me some shit. Okay, Tommy Cat. Fine. Fine. If I give her little treats, she'll stop clawing at me and going, Dad, 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 Dad. All right, from Charles. To be fair, the more time you give me to do something, the less likely I'm going to do it. Yeah, I've done it too. But when I need something done or to do something in adverse circumstances, I'm like a fucking ninja. Yaw. This sounds like a variation of sometimes you make the right choice, sometimes you make the choice right. Okay. Charles, it's ridiculous what I could do in a short period of time. Yeah. What is it? When I went through basic training in the Army, they said you will do more in a morning than most people will do in their entire day. And they were not wrong. Being up at 4:30 in the morning, doing physical training, then you got to do breakfast, hygiene, then you got to do some training sessions, do some more, well, it's corrective physical training at that point because somebody's always going to screw up and the drills are always going to find out about it. I do a little at a time, so the easy tasks first and work your way up to the difficult ones. All right. That works for you. Not going to dog it. I just break everything down because I can't do all of it in a day. Yeah, not most of us can't. All right. Charles, I always do the dishes after every meal. Just easier than tackling a pile of crap at the end of the week. You're not wrong. I've been trying to get better at that. One of the best ways to do it is to, like when you're cooking something, if you gotta wait for a simmer or if it's in the oven, Just go ahead, take care of your dishes right then and there, or at least as much as you possibly can. Commie cat, why are you still pawing me? Hmm? Why are you pawing me? I gave you treats. Here, okay, fine. We'll do a bump. There you go. All right, Callie, I'm not happy with the football game because they're a bunch of cheaters. Well, I've been seeing a lot of that in NFL lately. Natural body drugs due to bad choices. Talking like adrenaline. What are the happy ones? Uh, it's like they're at the tip of my tongue, but I forget what they are. Maybe you guys can help me out on that. I always wash the pot and pan right after I'm done cooking, or I let it sit in dishwater. Yeah. Sometimes you got to, especially if stuff is caked on there, if you got fond that you didn't get rid of beforehand. There's a little trick to that. So, like when I do pan fried burgers, I mean, there's always going to be fond. There's going to be cake at the bottom. Right after I'm done making the food, I just wait for the pan to cool down a little bit, turn the hot water on, and then if you just introduce a little bit of hot water to the pan, it actually lifts all that stuff up. You get a scraper, like a burger flipper, and just scrape that off easily, making your dishwashing a lot more easier in the future. All right. Mortician, new guy here today. I don't believe we have met before tonight's stream, but thank you for stopping by. Procrastination can also get you killed if you're part of a criminal syndicate. You know, I can't say you're wrong. Can't say you're wrong at all. Duct tape or super glue work great to patch up a body, just saying. Yeah, you're not wrong, Chrome. Not the most ideal form of medical treatment, but yeah. I mean, if that's all you need, I mean, what? They're using super glue now, non toxic super glue to stitch people up instead of using actual stitches. All right. Chrome again. Your waffles taste like procrastination with bacon. Drone or Condrome. I'll make a note of it. Good, Kelly. Oh, bacon, eggs, Belgian waffles. I'm not a waffles guy, but bacon and eggs. Oh, yes. +1 knowledge refresh, indeed. Well, I'm glad you got something out of it. That was a pretty sound advice. I'm surprised that article hasn't mentioned drugs and professional help yet. There's always, in these articles, there's always that one or always that line that says, here's some links to medical professionals if you feel you're being overwhelmed. Go ahead, click this link. It's not, um, how do you say? It's not like we're an affiliate or anything, but it's there. All right, but if you come home from a long day of work and then you lay on the couch and whatever that needs to be done can wait. Yes, I understand that feeling all too well. That's why, if you got a partner, you cohabitate while somebody's busting their ass at work. Maybe somebody should be helping out around the house, not making them do all the work or earn all the money and then come home and have to do it and repeat all over again. How could I stop procrastination? Yeah, we saw that earlier. I'll read it tomorrow. Procrastinators unite tomorrow. I thought I heard somebody say that last night when I was talking about the subject. Enemy spotted. Take him out. Do it tomorrow. Yes, Sean. All right. Callie's laughing her ass off. Procrastination takes too much effort. I'll save my comment, laugh out loud when I go on chaos for streaming. All right. Kelly, your cat is like my dog. Follow you around until you pay attention or pay them some attention. Yeah. Oxytocin's one of them. There's another one. I forget it. It's more popular than oxytocin. Cortisone, as you said, wired up body. Yeah. Cortisone or cortisol, bad for you. Dopamine, that's what it was. Hey, serotonin too. You guys are getting it. All right. Well, at least that's what the article said. Okay. Hey, Mad Army Vet. That should be Brian from the Out of Service podcast. Of course. Of course. I procrastinated watching this until now. Oh, yeah. Until we're like, what, an hour in? He's not wrong. Army Vet greetings. Yes, we have some very interesting greeting rituals. Chrome Dome. Stuff burned in a pan. Dawn dish soap cooked on high till bubble, then add a bit of water till bubble. Yeah, but I wouldn't want. I don't want the pan so hot that it's got all the pores open, and then you get soap in there, because then your stuff's gonna taste like soap. That's why just regular water just kind of works, in my opinion. All right, every first aid kit should have Gorilla Tape and super glue. I mean, at least for like splints. Yeah. All right, Sean, good to know. But when I'm done using the pot, I don't wait for it to cool down before putting in dishwater. If it's working for you, I mean, it works, it works. If your pot doesn't soak up the soap and spread it to your food, that's all the better. That's just me, because I like to use only like stainless steel pans for everything I do. And the trick is with stainless steel is you've got to heat it up so that there's no pores left. Like it is completely cohesive. And the way I do that is I always have some water at the range, or what is it? I got an electric stove, so on the range itself, I got a little bit of water. Dash it. If it starts turning into beads, it's ready to put oil on and start cooking. If it just starts fizzing right away, it's not ready. All right. Mad Army Vet is from the future. No, he's from the Lone Star State. Well, I don't know if he's from there. That's where he is now. I use SOS for pants. Okay, I can't fathom the last time I used SOS. And OxyClean and bleach for the kitchen sink. I might try that. Stainless steel? Yes, stainless steel is always good. All right. Well, I had only planned on this going for an hour, and we're just a little bit over that. So if you're in our gilded, I'll keep this open for an after party, or actually, you know what? I might as well just throw that into chat. Wait, which did I close that? I did. I closed that screen down, didn't I? I gotta go in here and we'll add that, and then I can pin it, right? There we go. Okay. Oh, now I got to get a window back up. I swear I'm learning how to do this right. I promise. Where's my StreamYards tab? There we are. Found it. All right. If you use Teflon cookware, throw it out when it starts to deteriorate. Yes, that stuff is nasty and toxic, which is why I don't. What is it? The only non-stick I have, it's a really tiny one. Like all its purpose is to make a perfectly rounded um, fried egg. That's it. That's its sole purpose in life, and obviously, never, ever, 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 ever touch the oh, what you call it? Never touch it with metal. So wood or rubber. I think we tried to get Dome on panels before, but he respectfully declines. Yeah, go on the panel. Oh, don't be shy. Well, that's for after party, and we already got Brian there. So shoot, I gotta go get some sleep. Yeah, generally don't panel. Yeah, that's okay. Not everybody likes it. All right, so I think we will just go ahead and take it out. I do see you sitting in the back there, Brian. What do you guys want to go out to? We can do the full Owl Kitty. We can do more Quawks. What else do we got that's worth a few minutes of time? Oh, we got a Red Pill Rhino ad that we could use that he's done before. Coping and seething. And that's about it. What do you guys think? All right, take a look. Yes, click the like button. All right. Well, nobody else has got one. So, oh, does somebody got one now? Owl Kitty is good. Cougar Academy is a classic. I don't think I have Cougar Academy. All right. Red Pill Rhino. Okay, we'll do Red Pill Rhino then. Let's see. Go back to brand. This is one of the more comedic ones, which is always nice. Where are you? Here we go. So you all have a good evening. Brian, I'll see you backstage, and anybody else that wants to pop in. And for the rest of y'all, have a good night.
Greetings, I am Red Pill Rhino. Tonight I wish to discuss my inexhaustible love for the giant chunky squirrel booty. Watch as this majestic creature is tamed by this woman's loving hand. Look at this little fat ass being hand-fed by the unsuspecting morons. Next up, these are the 4 squirrels you can befriend. The eastern gray squirrel, Sciurus carolinensis, also known, particularly outside of North America, as simply the gray squirrel, is a tree squirrel in the genus Sciurus. The American red squirrel, Tamiascurus hudsonicus, is one of 3 species of tree squirrels currently classified in the genus Tamiascurus. Black squirrels are a melanistic subgroup of squirrels with black coloration on their fur. The phenomenon occurs with several species of squirrels. Chipmunks may be classified either as a single genus, Tamias, or as 3 genera. Tamias, of which the eastern chipmunk is the only living member. Eutamias, of which the Siberian chipmunk is the only living member. Here, I befriend a local squirrel. Watch as he eats my food that I laced with a little blue pill. I would like to take this opportunity to thank MGTOW Outlaw for introducing me to these wonderful rodents and ever doubting the existence of the thunder lizard. I will leave you with the ultimate fat boy squirrel, for he cannot be questioned, as the questions will reveal uncomfortable facts.
Damn. Damn, boy. Damn, boy, he's thick. Boy, that's a thick-ass boy. Damn.